So I've been working. What this happened? Yeah. So I've been working a bunch on matching markets. I've been sort of taking an economist view for a while now, and I wanted to sort of step back recently and think also about more operational aspects of these markets. And this is sort of a general area which seems to be of primary interest to the operation of many of these new age matching platforms. So I'm thinking of platforms like Uber, Airbnb, Stitch Fix, Upwork, Handy, and whatnot. And we'll think in particular about something like Upwork, which is an online labor market. So on many of these platforms, you have a bunch of data, and there's this sort of desire to just go and optimize and find the best possible solution. But the challenge is that one does not have adequate knowledge to just go in and optimize. There is a constant trade-off that these platforms face between trying to exploit the knowledge they have, but trying to also learn new things, and this happens by observing outcomes. Okay, so they need to see what's happening, learn, and then use it to drive better decision making. And for somebody like me, that involves better marketplace design. So that's what I spend a bunch of time thinking about. So today I want to talk about one instance of this kind of problem, which is a big deal on these platforms. When a new user arrives, there is a cold start. Okay, so you might know something about their Facebook profile and browsing behavior, but you don't know what they are going to be doing on this platform and what role they can potentially play. And learning occurs by actually observing what happens with interactions on the platform. So for instance, a worker comes to Upwork, and you observe what happens on their first few jobs, and the worker learns their place in the market, and the market learns the worker's role in the market. Okay, and another feature is that there are actually trade-offs across users. It's not just a matter of learning versus myopically generating payoffs, or exploration versus exploitation for an individual worker or user. There are trade-offs across users because there's a finite pool of jobs. Okay, so these couple different workers together. So here's a sort of simple example. Maybe there's two kinds of workers. They're either expert or average, and maybe there's two kinds of jobs. Difficult jobs require experts, and easy jobs can be done by anybody. Okay? Now, if there's plenty of jobs to go around, you don't need, and let's say the worker type is unknown. When a new worker comes, the platform doesn't know whether they are expert or average. If there's plenty of jobs to go around, you can just give all the workers easy jobs and everybody is happy. But often, and typically, that would not be the case. And so the optimal policy in this very simple example would be something like the first job you give to a worker is a tough one. If they fail, you know that they are average, give them only easy jobs. If they succeed, you can give them difficult jobs. Okay, so that's a very simple example of the kind of problem that we are trying to address here. So there's both learning about the worker type and capacity constraints, or a number of jobs of different kinds that are available. And this learning is valuable because this worker is going to be doing not just one job, but a bunch of jobs. So you try to learn initially whether they are expert or average, and then use that knowledge to match them to appropriate jobs in future. Okay, so just a quick flavor of the kind of model and results. So the job types is something we assume is known, whether it's easy or difficult. Worker types are unknown. We learn types by observing the actual outcome on jobs. We want to maximize the long run average payoff per job. This is joint work with Ramesh Johari and Vijay Kamble. And we are able to obtain the structure of the optimal policy for a large number of workers, a large number of jobs per worker. And this involves estimating shadow prices for different job types. Okay, this is where the coupling between different workers comes in, because there's a finite supply of jobs of different kinds, and our policy has this three-phase structure where we use the price externality adjusted payoffs, and then solve a multi-armed bandit kind of problem, exploration versus exploitation, but with many additional new tricks that we need to use. Okay, this was a sort of quick sort of preview of the kind of work that I'm interested in. Now, this is supposed to be a project that serves as a foundation, and it raises more questions than it answers, but it's exciting because I think a lot of these can actually now be possibly tractable in the near future. One set of directions has to do with continuing to think of workers and firms as not being strategic, okay, where in an Uber kind of setting you can just match them, externally imposed matching. One would want to sort of be able to use any multi-armed bandit algorithm as a black box, as opposed to doing it with a very specific model. Maybe the primitives of the market are not known, and so this is actually just ignore the last bullet. But we may not know certain things which were assumed in this particular initial work, and you may want to learn them on the fly. Another set of very interesting directions is where you think of a decentralized market where workers and firms are finding each other. And then these guys are not going to follow whatever optimal policy you want them to, because they have their own selfish interests in mind. And what's going to happen then? And a key thing which these platforms care about is you want to acquire new users and retain them. It's not that once you have a worker, that person is going to be around. If you give them bad work and they're not happy, they're going to leave. So how do you think about retaining users and keeping your existing users happy? Okay. So I think there's a range of interesting questions, and I'm happy to chat more. Thank you.